All right. Dude guy is back in Alabama. Cheers. Yeah, I'm glad to be back. I'm just excited to get out of a hotel room. If you couldn't tell that from my last video. All right, this is what the bag that I put my gun case in, and this is how I grabbed it right off the luggage carousel from baggage claim. Man, feels good to be around. At least I'm in my apartment. I wish I was at home in South Carolina, South Kakalaki, but alas, I am at least until Tuesday after work. As soon as I'm done work on Tuesday, I am getting the heck out of Dodge. Alright, so you know what, I got a little bit of energy in me, so I figured I would just go ahead and shoot the video tonight. This is here it is, coming down the baggage claim. Did a little video for you. Check it out. Alright, so as you saw, it looked just like this. There's no tag identifying it as some special package. The yellow here is just my Sky Priority. You know, nothing abnormal about this bag. Alright, do not, when you're going to fly with a firearm, do not let them put, as I mentioned in another video, don't let them put the orange tag, which I'm going to pull out of here. You'll see it in a minute. The unloaded gun declaration card. Do not let them tag it to the outside of your bag. You know, you might be laughing, but there have been some that have tried to do that. So just make sure that they don't put the unloaded firearm declaration card on the outside of your bag. So good flights. So what I do is I put my gun case in just a simple duffel bag. I don't recommend, when you see this case I'm about to pull out, if it looks anything like it has some kind of expensive equipment in it, or you know, anything like that, I try not to just check that. I mean, I could have, but I don't recommend that. Alright, so I'm just going to open this up. Alright, so right away, this is the unloaded firearms declaration. And you know, that's important. I mean, you'll fill that out. You know, when you get to the ticket counter to print out your tickets, you know, you're going to want to, and I'm not going to flip this over, but on the other side, because I've got my name on here, you know, on the other side of this, you put your name and date. So here's the deal. You know, this morning when I got to the El Paso airport, I walked down to the ticket counter, and it was not busy at all. So I walked up to one of the ticket agents that was just standing there. And before I even actually went to the kiosk to print out my tickets, usually, you know, I'll do that. But I saw this guy, and I was trying to lug a couple of bags, so I just grabbed him and I said, "Look, I need to go ahead and fill out an unloaded firearms declaration card. I have a, you know, unloaded firearm in this bag." And then he was very polite. He said, "Hey, let's come down to this counter 4 or 5 away, and we'll get you taken care of." So he was very nice, and generally so far with Delta, I've run into really no problems at all there. All right. At most, what I generally run into is agents not knowing the process all the time. So You know, that's something you got to watch out for. But anyway, they may or may not want to inspect the gun. I find that Delta really doesn't. As long as they see that the case is locked, they are perfectly okay with that. So he handed me the card. I signed and dated the back. I then opened the case just like this. And in here I've got a jacket. I showed him that the case was locked. Alright. And put the unloaded firearms declaration card in the bag. Put my jacket back in, zipped it up, and he went ahead and tagged it and sent it on to TSA. Alright. So that is the card that you need to fill out. Alright. So here's my case. And it's a relatively tight fit. Bear with me a second here. Alright. So this is my Boyd case. And you can see I've got 2 master locks. I'm going to flip that up so you can see that. Stupid. There we go. So here we've got these. So I'm going to go ahead and let's inspect the weapon here. Let's unlock it and go from there. See how it looks after travel. So again, these are just 2 standard, you know, master locks. All right. I keep the keys on my key ring, of course. All right. Now these have some really nice locks on them. So let's go ahead and open this up and let's see what we got. All right. So not bad. Gun looks like it moved around a little bit, but as you can see, Glock 23, you know, nothing in the magazine that was in there. And of course I had 2 other magazines and a 50 box of ammo. Alright. What I recommend doing when you're packing this up is tape your ammo box. Alright. So I taped it on both sides. That way, you know, you're just sure that you're not going to have a mess on your hands. So it looks good. Everything came back to me the way it should come back to me. Alright, so that's basically it. So what I would say is get yourself a really good case. I mean, you know, this is, you don't have to get one you know, this durable. This is a over $100 case. So, you know, you certainly can find them at, you know, some of the sporting goods stores, Dick's Sporting Goods and Sports Authority and any of the other chains that are out there. They've got smaller versions of this type and several others. So the policies that Delta require are that it is a lockable gun case that is not pryable, you know, on any of the corners here. And so this is a, you know, very hard plastic. You can't be, you know, in my opinion, if you look at some of your gun cases that, like the case that my SIG came in, that case is pryable. And so, you know, I don't even want to take the chance that, you know, that they're going to decline or, you know, refuse that one. So that's why I got this really, you know, sturdy case. All right. So it's got to be lockable. All right. And I lock them on both sides with the master locks. And it can't be a pryable case. As you can see, I actually have the ammo in the case. So it just needs to be an unloaded firearm, and it's okay to put the ammo, at least with Delta, in the same case, obviously, because it's locked. So it's not a problem there. And of course, as well as the magazines. They may want to inspect it, so be prepared to unlock the case. All right, be prepared to unlock the case and show them. Now, what I always recommend is if I have an agent that does that, obviously I'm not going to pull out my firearm in the middle of the ticket area of an airport. I'm just not going to do that. So I'm going to request to be taken to a private room to do that, or at least further down the counter if there's not many people there. So with that said, keep in mind, if you're going to check a firearm, give yourself plenty of time in the airport. All right, I give myself an extra hour. It's probably a little bit of overkill, and in this trip, it really wasn't all that much, to be honest. I was overly polite to the gentleman today. He was awesome, no problems at all. And what happens from there is once they tag it and drop it, it goes to TSA, and TSA will do their inspections. And most of the time when I'm sending or checking a firearm, I can't think, guys. Checking a firearm, more than likely TSA is going to search my other bag. But that's it. And then on the other side, like I said, as you saw earlier, your bag comes across, just like any other bag at the baggage claim. Now, I have not personally had the experience of TSA calling me back for them to unlock the gun case to see the gun. But I have heard other people have that experience. After they go through security, TSA will call them back and have them, have you open the case and inspect it. So that's why, I try and give myself at least an hour. Like I said, that hasn't happened to me. It's been pretty much a non-issue as long as you declare it up front. There's really no issues. All right, guys. So that's it. That's the process. And don't hesitate to fly or check your firearm when you're going on a trip. And the other thing I would say is just be prepared to show your concealed weapons permit that it would be valid at the destination that your destination. Like I landed in Texas, so my permits cover me in Texas, and my final destination was New Mexico. I'm also covered in New Mexico with my permits as well. All right, so just make sure or be prepared to show that concealed weapons permit. Generally, I don't have to do that, but it has happened a few times to me, so just be aware of that. That's it, man. Like I said, dude guy says don't be afraid to fly with your gun. Be able to protect yourself, when you're on business trips and things like that is a big plus. I had it the whole time with me, when I was in New Mexico and Texas the last week. And it's a good feeling to be able to take your firearm. So, all right, guys, y'all be safe. Peace. Yeah.